Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. All right, Gym Bros, Big Paul here today. We're going to talk about how to grow massive legs and how not to train your legs like a stupid gym bro. We're going to dig into all that in just 1 second. Oh man, this is a topic I know I'm going to hurt some feelings with. So some buttholes are going to be sore after this one. But let's talk about how the average gym bro trains legs and why they have number 2 pencils sticking out of their shorts. So the way that the typical gym bro trains legs, you've seen everybody at the gym that does legs this way. It's usually leg presses, heavy leg presses with crappy range of motion. And the dude likes to brag about on social media how he did 1,020 pounds on the leg press. Anytime anybody tells me they did 1,000 pounds on the leg press, I don't even have to see their legs. I know they're going to be small. That dude, the dude that also is doing partial range of motion with way too much weight on the leg extension machine, that guy that's loading up 20 plates on the calf raise machine and doing 1-inch calf raises, that's the typical gym bro way of training legs. You'll see it all the time. The guy that has 3 inches of range of motion on the leg press, I just don't know what you're trying to prove. That's the gym bro way of training legs, not to grow them. They think if they put heavy weight on, partial range of motion, they're going to have huge legs, and they don't. That is the gym bro way. That is the most common way I see most guys train legs and why their legs suck. The other dude that I see in the gym is the squatter. And I'm not saying there's necessarily something wrong with squats. The guy that has the picture of Tom Platz hanging up in his bedroom and says, well, Tom Platz had huge quads. I'm going to squat and I'm going to have huge quads like Tom Platz. Tom Platz was built for squatting. If you look at him, he had the perfect anatomy for squatting. I would say about 1 out of every 10 people have that type of build where you can squat in place emphasis primarily on your quads. Most dudes that I see squat and squat heavy are wide stance. They end up with big asses and their quads aren't very big and they can squat a lot. Just take a look at your typical powerlifter. I'm not trying to diminish powerlifters. Their job is to move weight from point A to point B. They're not trying to get big like a bodybuilder. But most powerlifters don't have legs that are that big because they usually have big asses. And they have big backs from loading the weight up on their back. I also think that squats for the cost versus benefit ratio, loading up your spine like that, placing a heavy load on your back like that is probably not good for longevity in lifting, and maybe not the best and most efficient option for training legs. So the heavy squatter, most of the time, and I will say this with a caveat, there are some exceptions, is usually not the guy with the biggest legs in the gym. Now let's take a step back and think about the dudes that have huge legs. Look at most bodybuilders. They don't squat. They do full range of motion of everything. A lot of times they're doing higher reps. You'll see them doing 12, 15, 20 reps on their leg movements. A lot of bodybuilders I don't see doing heavy leg presses anymore. So that's something to keep in mind when you're training legs. The way I see most bodybuilders now train legs, the guys with huge legs, are they're doing heavy hack squats with full range of motion. Full range of motion. They're getting nice and deep on their hack squats. Sometimes they do leg extensions, but they're not using a ton of weight. They're getting full range of motion, full extension on their leg extensions. They are doing lunges. They are doing split squats. They are doing sissy squats. They are doing things that are placing emphasis on the quads and getting full range of motion. Now, another thing I want to take a step back. I have my theories on training legs. And I think this is an area that a lot of guys don't consider. The legs are a very complex group of muscles. You have the quadriceps, four muscles in that group. You have the hamstrings. You have the adductors, which are often ignored. Most guys do not train their adductors. Adductors typically get ignored. I never see guys train adductors. Adductors are something that if you want to grow your legs, if you take a look at a bodybuilder with huge legs, they typically have massive adductors. Just look at their adductors. Their adductors are gigantic. Yet I don't see guys training adductors. Guys do not consider foot placement on exercises. So if you're doing leg presses, if you're doing hack squats, where you place your feet matters on which muscles you're working. Let's take, for example, hack squats, leg presses, whatever you choose. A narrow stance with low foot placement typically places more load on the quadricep. A high and wide stance typically places more load on the adductors and posterior. So that is a consideration too. So think about what you're trying to work. I find it impossible to hit every part of the leg in a single workout. So I split my legs into an A workout and a B workout. In my A workout, I usually work quads. I'll get a little bit of hamstrings in there, and I work calves. My B workout, when I do my legs, I train adductors. And what I do specifically different for adductors is I'll throw in the adduction machine. I will do high and wide stance on the hack squat or the leg press. Or I may do something like a goblet squat or a belt squat. That is wide stance. It's sort of a sumo stance to grow my adductors. I will do hamstrings in that workout, and you have to hit your hamstrings from two different angles. You have to do a stretching hamstring exercise, something like a stiff-legged deadlift, and you have to do a leg curl from hitting it from both ends of the muscle. With calves, most people use way too much weight, do not do enough range of motion, and do not use enough reps. Calves have to be hit with high reps, full range of motion, usually moderate to light weight is what make calves grow. And, so quadriceps, the best thing for quadriceps that I have seen in my experience, you look at the guys that have huge quads, they do hack squats with a low, narrow stance, feet close together. They do leg extensions. They do lunges. They do split squats. Those are great for quads. You don't see those guys doing a lot of these stupid heavy leg presses. You don't see those guys doing stupid heavy leg extensions. You don't see those guys doing stupid heavy squats. It's usually low, narrow hack squats. Hack squats are a fantastic exercise for quads. Like I said, they're doing everything full range of motion, using lighter weight, beating the hell out of their quads. So the lesson here that I want to teach everybody: split your legs up, know what part of your legs you're training, full range of motion, lots of reps, lots of volume. Make sure that you're hitting everything from every angle that you want to hit your quadriceps, you want to hit your adductors, you want to hit your hamstrings from both from the top and the bottom angle. You want to hit your calves in a high rep, lighter weight, full range of motion type of approach with calves. And if you start doing that, you'll find that your legs grow. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. If you think I'm an idiot, tell me so. If you think there's a better way to train legs, let me know. If you want to support me, please support my sponsor, First Detachment. Use discount code AB10 at checkout. Thank you for watching. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.